Welcome back. The political news in full. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi stressed that the joint tripartite talks with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo tackled the latest developments in Gaza Strip. President el-Sisi reiterated during a press conference with Sanchez and De Croo on the necessity of delivering more relief and humanitarian aid to Gaza. More details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi holds a press conference on Friday with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and Belgian Prime Minister Alexander De Croo. President el-Sisi asserted that the joint tripartite talks with Sanchez and De Croo tackled the latest developments in Gaza Strip. President Sisi expressed his hope that the humanitarian truce in Gaza would be prolonged to ensure the entry of more aid to the Palestinians there. President el-Sisi stressed on the importance of having safe districts on the north, central and south of Gaza to provide secure places for those who lost their houses. El-Sisi reiterated on Egypt's firm stance towards the displacement of the Palestinians outside Gaza Strip. He also confirmed that the after-war phase required the international community's recognition by independent Palestinian state according to June 4 border living side by side to Israel. President Sisi said that Egypt had contributed by 75% of the humanitarian aid that entered Gaza till now, pointing that Rafah cross-border will never be closed. On his part, the Spanish Prime Minister Sanchez expressed his appreciation for Egypt's role in calming the situation, stressing on the necessity of delivering the relief and humanitarian aid to the people in Gaza Strip and prolonging the truce. Meanwhile, Belgian Prime Minister De Croo thanked President el-Sisi for Egypt's role to evacuate the Belgian citizens from Gaza Strip. He also assured on the necessity of delivering more aid to Gaza Strip, and Israel must open more borders in addition to Rafah border. Head of Egypt's State Information Service, Dia Rashwan, said the Gaza truce would start on Friday at 7 a.m. Rashwan said Egypt had received a list of hostages from Palestinian and Israeli sides who will be freed on the first day of hostages exchange. Rashwan noted that Egyptian communications and consultations are continuing with all parties regarding the truce agreed upon to take effect in the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, Egyptian aid convoys to Gaza lined in El Arish city ahead of entering into the Strip through the Rafah border crossing. An Egyptian source said hundreds of humanitarian aid trucks would enter Gaza during the truce days. The campaign of presidential candidate Abdel Fattah el-Sisi visited injured Gazans in Al Arish Hospital. Head of the campaign, Councillor Mahmoud Fawzi, visited the injured and asserted the presidential candidate's keenness to continue Egypt's historic role to reach a just and comprehensive solution to the Palestinian cause. Meanwhile, the Congress Party in Gharbeya Governorate and the coordination of youth parties and politicians organized a mass conference in the city of Tanta within the framework of supporting the presidential candidate Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in the upcoming presidential elections. The attendees affirmed their support for presidential candidate el-Sisi in the upcoming presidential elections to complete the development process and build a new republic. They also asserted the necessity of positive participation in the residential elections. Presidential candidate Farid Zahran held a mass conference in Edfu Center in Aswan Governorate. During the conference, Zahran reviewed his electoral campaign, which is based on three axes, namely social, economic, and political. The first feature of his philosophy is based on the social empowerment of the most needy groups. Zahran added that with regards to the economic axis of his program, it's based on achieving investment growth, providing real job opportunities, combating inflation, and reducing internal and external debts. The official page of the candidate of the Republican People's Party in the upcoming presidential elections, Hazem Omar, published his economic program. The program includes reforming of the state's general budget, improving tax policies, increasing production and social services, and expanding the participation of the private sector in various domains. Regarding banking and monetary policy reforms, the candidate's program stressed the importance of coordination between monetary and financial bodies to enlarge exports. we move on to the world of business and finance in full. Egypt stock market indices rose during last week's session gain, 63.2 billion pounds. Markets capital for companies listed in the bourse reached 1,710 trillion pounds, gaining 1.7%. The bourse's weekly report showed that benchmark EGX 30 index rose by 4.66% to reach 25.519 points. Medium Cape index EGX 70 was up 4.10% to reach 4.065 points. And the broader EGX 100 gained 3.97% to close at 7.444 points.